IB Electronics. Welcome you all for AICT sponsored a 2-week online faculty development program on fostering ethics, moral values, and character building in technical education, being conducted from 23rd November to 5th December. I'm very honored to introduce you all today's resource person, Dr. Pratima Khandal Wall is the founder of iHigh, an MNC educational support entity in Bangalore, India. She has functioned as professor and head teaching learning center at Engineering College in Bangalore. She holds master in food technology in the year 1998 and PhD in food technology and process and food engineering from GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, India. She has contributed in teaching and research in BE, MSc programs in biotechnology in Institute at Patial and thereafter in Bangalore. She has served as HOD, Vice Principal, COE, Member BOS, BOE under public and private universities. Her key areas of research has been health area foods, probiotics, food safety, and physiological for OBE, and has guided PhD, Masters, and BE students. She has published 35 national and international research papers and 3 book chapters, and is the inventor of 2 patents, co-inventor of 3 institute-filed patents, and co-discoverer of few fungal strain deposit in NCBI. She has visited Egypt, Maldives, Uganda, Bhutan, and many more for academic investigation. Since 2018, she has been exclusively delivering pedagogical talks at educational institutes all over India. Since the onset of COVID-19 pandemic in India, she has conducted several webinars, virtual training sessions for faculty enrichment and students development at many Indian institutes. She was invited by NPTEL IIT Madras under special lecture series for live streaming sessions on YouTube on time management with a viewership of over 47K. She was recently invited as resource person in an AICT Atal FDP to address on EI for disruptive times. She has delivered a virtual session on personality enhancement for students at IIT Bele. We welcome you, ma'am, for this session. Thank you. Take over the session, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thanks
Thank you, ma'am.
to SVC and the overall the team. I was just sharing with Dr. Vijayashree that thanks for the opportunity and appreciation and congratulations for taking a topic which is hardly discussed beyond books. So I felt very rejoiced when the institution through Dr. Mamta approached me and Dr. Vijayashree was mentioning. So I wanted to really thank and congratulate all the organizers to earn this opportunity. And Krushi, thank you so much for your introducing me. Very nice
Thank
of
you,
you.
ma'am. We are
So
happy
I wish,
to have you,
yeah,
ma'am.
great. I was going through some of the sessions which your program 15 day, it means a lot, has been doing. And I was thinking that how should I modulate so that the participants who are there from, I'm sure, many places beyond Bangalore and Karnataka also, so we take it how so that it makes some sense to them and some imbibation happens in their own life, in the classroom in particular, either online or offline. My experience of 17 plus years in classroom, from last 3 years I'm in pedagogical work because I really felt that there's a lot of need, especially the way technology is growing, the way disruption has happened. And this I'm saying pre-COVID. You can just see exponentially how it has gone in the post-COVID time, in fact this pandemic times. So there have been so much diversities across us. How should we take things so that our students really enjoy learning rather than only focusing on exam centric approach? And I thank NEP 2020 for giving wonderful navigation for all the teachers, the learning community, and the administrators, the management of the institutions of higher education as well, to really modulate our teaching in such a way that we inspire students rather than we just focus on syllabus. And for that, permit me to say, and for that, all the teachers, me and you, all the teachers in this FDP, we need to be stronger than what we are. And this strength, I don't mean the muscle strength. This strength, I essentially mean the mental strength. How much I can understand the things, how much I can adapt and adopt, and how much I can disseminate in the class is the attempt. So, with these introductory words, I really invite all the participants from across the country, I must say. I really don't know, but I will be more than happy if the participants just text their states and cities which they belong to. It will be great to know. And that's exactly the diversity we are talking. So I will, being FDP at a national level, I'll be using primarily English. And please see, it will be the purpose is to take you to a short journey in this hour or more to a platform which gives us our value. Our means teachers' value, how important we are, what all we can do. And that exactly is my attempt. With these words, I think I can share my screen and I'll try to take you some aspects which are there and kindly feel free as I go through the aspect kindly feel free to ask to share and please be I must say that open up in terms of texting and write what you are feeling and please be active participants. I'm sure you understand. Krushi or Sarvesh, is the screen visible? May I know through you? Is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The first slide is visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Fine. So
Okay, ma'am.
great.
You can
So
start.
this slide, I just thought, and I'm sure all of us are using emojis like anything, be it WhatsApp or otherwise, or be it any social platform. And I'm sure you can see the yellow color. This yellow color on your screens is a derivative of energy. And I'm sure as teachers, I may not tell why, but it is the energy of sun, the ultimate source. So that's another good takeaway that energy from sun percolates everywhere on earth and obviously much beyond earth. But to our context, this yellow is beautiful, and yellow is carrying various shades in this green. The reason is that nothing comes in a one single shade in life. So, my dear teacher participants, kindly feel it can be yellow, lighter, darker, white, but yellow is beautiful. Yellow is in terms of energy. That exactly I'm trying to show. Well, it's very important that we may not believe in some spirituality. Nevertheless, what we put in the basic law of physics, and you can see here, the basic law of physics goes on that whatever we put in, it will come out. And that's why the best way to put in is something which is morally valid, ethically sound, enriched in values, and taking good character shape. So I wish that's something which I've tried to show through this candle, and thanks for Google Images for this slide. With these words, on behalf of my small startup, Fly High, and I have named it Fly High because I wish teachers should expand their wings and the students' community below their wings, they attempt to fly high. So students cannot fly high till until teachers fly high. That exactly is my attempt to make this small logo, where I was exemplifying my daughter. She has played an instrumental role in designing this. She's just a high school student. Nevertheless, I have enjoyed working at Global Academy of Technology, where we had opened up first time in the state, perhaps, teaching learning center in any engineering college. And the purpose was this only, enabling teachers. So 2 years, the idea was incubated very well. Well, I'm sure all of us are through MBA, so you will understand the learning outcomes as we design course outcomes for our children, for our students. So here are the learning outcomes for this session, morning session of 27th of November, the fifth day of this 15-day first phase of FGP happening at SVCE. The massive changes are underway in the disruptive time we'll take away. Perhaps this already we know, but yes, we will see in a academic forefront. There's immense need to be agile, to remain rooted to basics. This agility is important and beautiful, absolutely fine. But if we miss our roots, it is a trouble. It may not be that good. The third outcome which I have designed for all of us is the mental peace is prized commodity, and it's absolutely in our hand, if not completely, mostly. Well, ethics and morality are the tools for fulfillment. No job for some time it may be very fulfilling without these tools, but in the long term perspective, it's very important. Ask a 45 plus old teacher like me, or ask a 55 plus teachers. We all feel that yes, as we age, it's so important to be rooted on the goodness. It may be tough, but it's beautiful. Teachers need to take care of themselves for imparting holistic education. I was trying to say we cannot do anything without we being following that. So we need to take care of ourselves. It's a very important factor. And towards end, in every slide, I will try to take it that goodness is truly unlimited. I mean it. Goodness is unlimited. It may be difficult. And with this small black and white, I want to show nothing comes in only black or white. Even the worst part has some goodness. Even the best part may have some black. So, taking black and white as a personality science, I mean to say, kindly understand that nothing in life is one shaded. So, feel free. At this moment, can I please know from the organizers that is the uh, audibility and the visibility of screen and otherwise, is it all okay?
Yes, ma'am. It's excellent, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
I heard the word excellent. Thank you, Krishi. Great. Well, whenever I talk to teachers or students, or even now to corporates, I draw a baseline, and in a very all humility, I've drawn. And I remember I was showing my logo of Fly High. This is so important slide, and if you cater to this slide, the job is done. Honestly putting, I mean to say that we right now in FDP, all of us, the organizers, the participants, the speaker, the regulatory body, each and every, you just name it, our principles are all are very important. So I'm not differentiating in importance. Each of us have some uniqueness. That's the punchline I want to show. And invariably, because we are teachers, in particularly, we need it or we need to be happy and healthy. When I say healthy, I have put an asterisk and the smile comes on my face. When I say healthy, I mean to say is that, when I ask health, and it's my core domain, food technology, health means something which we eat good food and exercises. So, my young students will show the muscle power. Ma'am, I'm healthy. That's one component. Absolutely right. But that's not complete component. So anybody would like to say what is health to you, you can put on text also. To me, health is physical, yes, absolutely. Mental, spiritual, all. Very important is today's time, the ongoing pandemic. Health is not only in good food, which is immunity boosting. In fact, that's again my core domain. But important is what we feed here. And I'm sure you're able to see what I'm non-verbal communication, which I'm trying to make. This is so important that what we are going to feed ourselves. Now, if at all I keep seeing, my video is on input, let's use the bandwidth, but I'll reach better. If the screens is always on and I am on the terms of news and all, what is happening? I'm taking a lot of things which may not be required. So what we feed, which thoughts, which feelings are we getting? Because whatever thoughts we get, we develop the similar feelings, right? And we enact also. So please see, it's important to understand that we must take moderation doses of news and all those things, and take goodness also in terms of mental feed as we take good food. And happiness is a total outcome. So we need to be happy. Happiness is not in salary. Let me please tell you. That is important for leading a good life. Happiness is very much how we perceive things, how we take things. A good session, for example, if the session goes good, I'm sure organizers, the leader, the speaker, the participants, all may be happy. Just example, happiness has no connotation of component which comes primarily from money. It is one of the components, but it is not the only. So that's important baseline. And when I draw a baseline for teachers, let's complete the picture with our students. As teachers, as we are important, our students are also important. Now, I can be very free because I'm talking to the learned community, the teachers, the navigators. And I'm sure we are no more gurus. I'm sure you have adapted to this aspect. We are more of facilitators. You can write this word, facilitators. because all what we teach today in terms of academics, in terms of syllabi, it's already in the websites, in the public domain, either in MOOCs or in open resources to learn, or in books or in the digital library. Even if sitting at home, access to information is there. So I have not attempted, it's in same zone, I have not attempted to bring you the definitions of ethics or morality or character building, but I have tried to bring in my thoughts over that so that I can connect with you. That's my intention. So my the important participants using that same adjective, kindly, I was telling you, kindly feel free to text, to ask, and to share your information. These students are whom we teach, and they become the bread and butter for our job, for our completing the work. Like, see what students will do without teachers, but I'm sure they can learn something from resources. But to teach, we need students, right? So these learners need to be engaged. Engagement does not mean just giving the information. Engagement means involving them, making them understand what we are trying to tell. So engagement is important for learning. Nowhere it is written for getting marks, clearing exams. That's by default. That's the byproduct. And they must earn their degrees. I often tell young teachers, never say that you got the degree from this university. You are awarded, and prizes are awarded. A birthday gift is never awarded. You just get a gift like this. Yeah, happy birthday to you. Something like that. But a prize, hey, you got the first prize. Hey, you got your PhD. These are all awards. So we earn. Awards are earned. You can see my pointer. These they are earned. We don't get degree. We earn. You can get a degree if you pay the money, and that's really so unethical, right? And I'm sure none of us believe in that route. So we must earn our degrees, and so our students, we have earned, so let's teach our students to earn, not to get marks, but to earn marks, not to increase their marks by just like that, or they may get marks by cheating. That's so unethical, right? Again, so the students need also to grow and be happy. If students are not happy, if they are in some kind of sadness, anxiety, and today the word which you can see, I'm taking some time to say the D word, depression, which for some it is, norm. How it can be? It's not at all. So they deserve to be happy. Happiness doesn't come from marks. Happiness doesn't come from simply clearing an exam, but happiness is a big sum total of things as we scroll. So please see, invite more green color than this naughty red here. The cunningness is there. So when we cheat, we are misleading ourselves and our community. This is for students. So if some students happen to listen to these words, I really mean, guys, earn your degree by yourself, and you'll be so strong and self-sustaining in the life to come. With this note, let's understand the basic. I have tried to show the brain and everything this brain does, and I'm sure right now also brain is working. Some of us may be busy in our other works, but still that's brain's command that we are doing. So essentially, this brain, and I'm sure you can understand, it's like the light of life is the brain, right? So I've shown the bulb image for that reason. And if I try to just divide these two terms, which are the key topics of the day, morality or ethics. Morality is more, I'm sure, in these 4 days you have already learned and understood also. It's more of manners and how you remember MMM. Like this way, I often tell students also. So it's more about mannerism, character building, and behavior. It's more about me, self. So it's more of a practical tool how you see me day to day. Right now, you can judge morality on me also. Maybe a little later, by end of the session, you can really see my behavior which I show, which I'm trying to show. The more the natural, the more the authenticity comes in that. So, in a very simple word, it gives the conduct or the rules of life, be it at home, be it in office, be it in institution, be it in life overall, be it in shopping mall, you name it. In fact, morality is something which also comes when nobody is watching us and how we behave. So, a lot of things from family also we reflect culture, beliefs on. Ethics is again a beautiful word, which is nothing but how morals get reflected. So you can see the shade of this purple, which has come with a shade of pink also. So this joins it and it becomes more of ethics. It's more of external, how society expects us, how the customs, the religion of a place are into. Even region has an important role to play. So it's more about being right. Can you see this? Being right or being wrong, doing good, doing bad. So we often tell our young children, and when mother and father take care of the child bringing, we often say, better do good job, uh, don't do bad job. See this term. In fact, let me take this example to say something more. In India, particularly in parenting, we often say, if a child something good, we say good boy, good girl. If he or she has not done something nice, nice to our expectation, we say bad boy, bad girl. Let me please tell you, do not associate a child with a good or bad by just one action. And I give this credit to my sister who had come from US 20 years back, 18 years back. And rightly, the culture there is the job is good or bad, not the child. Although this is not in the context of today's thing, but we can take one takeaway that kindly, especially to the young teachers who are mothers of young children, can I please express this? You may not tell your child good or bad by the action, but tell the job as good or bad. So the child is even if he has broken something, he is still good. So that feeling comes in the child, and that feeling comes as they grow. And then it's a lot thing happens that leads to lack of confidence eventually some point of time. So please kindly attend to that. So this beautiful flower is saying something, and what is trying to say that the most important human endeavor, how Albert Einstein has told, is striving for morality. One of the best scientists in the times has told. So, what exactly we are trying to talk about dignifying the life is all resting on morality. So, can you please see this beautiful flower? By the way, Google Images, thanks to that. We often talk about intellectual, social, physical aspects of life. Yes, we are in teaching and learning, so a lot of domain specific things we do talk. We also talk about social interaction in family, friends, institution, community, all. And physically, we are fine or not, health, all that we tell. Are we talking about emotions? Are we talking of morality? Are we talking of spirituality? Let's pause for a second or two. Let's close our eyes and talk to ourselves. Are we? Are we? If the answer comes in the mind, the answer comes yes, pat your backs. You are doing a good job. But if the honest answer is no, do not say anything wrong to yourself. Start doing goodness in these areas also. Emotional intelligence is important. Talking of morality to ourselves is important. What you talk, it will come in the action. I repeat this. What you talk to yourself will come in actions. So do talk and spirituality, which will give you the light feelings, the goodness to understand life in a beautiful, wide spectrum dimension, rather than only job or my work, something like that. Life is not in one way, right? So please see the wide 360-degree completion of whole individual development. That exactly I was trying to talk on holistic development, right? Please see this. Okay, I was thinking whom should I exemplify, and two role models from Indian soil came into, and I'm sure there is undebatable aspect that beat the one of the best presidents that this country has produced in Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, or our one of the dynamic leader, the ethical dynamic leader whom we have in Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. I just think this came to my mind, and this is my perception. You may have difference of opinion. That's perfectly fine. But majority of the people in and beyond India will agree to this light is my confidence level. You can understand. So that's the beauty. And as we move to the fast forward, we do see this lot of changes happening of late. We have left these morality or those kind of rules, goodness, little side, and we say, hey, wait, I have other things to do. You just wait. Somewhere getting something, somewhere getting through admission or getting a job or bribing XYZ, many phases it can take. So attitude is changing now, which actually stands for beautiful line of Oscar Wilde. You see, morality is simply the attitude which we adopt towards people whom we are personally dislike. I think he has taken to the highest level. I may dislike X, but still, am I being moral in about the attitude towards him or her? It's very high level. We say meta communication in the language of communication. So, unfortunately, we are seeing not only attitude to the people whom we dislike is not fine, but even to like people also sometimes we are not doing fine. Why? I mentioned the word in disruption. The fast change is happening. We are witnessing a lot of moral decadence. It is decaying. It is decaying. It is not decayed. The good news is here. There is a silver lining. We see our students not respecting teachers. We see our students comfortable in doing something wrong. And I do talk about active learning strategies for how teaching should be on or offline. The biggest challenge, which my research says, is that teaching, more than teaching, examination is challenge in online fashion, because our students, right now I have two gadgets with me. Right now I'm talking to you over the laptop via the camera, and this phone is there. Now, these two gadgets are there. I can have two, three more, and I'm still taking the test, and they have done the job. So please see, where is without policing, we are not fine. We can jump the traffic signal if there is no police or the lights are not working well. So it comes from basic, small, small things, and it can escalate to bigger dimensions also. So decaying is happening, and and you know why AICT has started funding or sponsoring such good events, because they, as regulatory body, also have felt responsibility in the way society is changing or depleting into values. So, lot of many places these things have come. Another dimension which AICT has picked up is on mental health, how we feel, emotional health. So these words, morality, ethics, character building, holistic education, where were we using few years back? We were running only for running in admissions, in graduating students, placements were our major areas beyond our research and teaching, right? So it's so important to take this, and we have seen the downfall in society. This graph with a negative slope has been coming, and now we see suddenly this pandemic is teaching more of us more that, hey, look at the complete picture than only one thing. Tomorrow is so uncertain. Let's use today the best possible fashion. So it's really important to concentrate on present in the best possible fashion. I wanted to know if am I being fine? How is the session going till now? Any comments from faculty participants or the organizers? If I can get it, it'll be great. Let me know, because I'm a strong believer of communicating with the participants. Yeah. Any comments, please?
No, ma'am, it's very nice, ma'am. The flow is
Okay.
very good. We are following it.
Can you also write from your side to the participants that they can text and share some
Yes, ma'am.
comments if they want?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, ma'am.
Please.
Yes, ma'am.
It
Yes,
will
ma'am.
be great. So it's nice to see some of the comments, and they all are in good morning, and that's great. That we all do. We believe in wishing good morning. That's great. So I just see at 10:46 one comment coming from Dr. Muneshwar. Jyoti Lakshmi, yes, PPT is not clearly visible. May I please know, was it okay by the after?
Yes, madam.
Thank you,
Yes,
Sarvesh,
madam.
for writing this. Thank you.
It's visible now.
Okay, okay. Because I wanted to know, I just saw at 10:46. So if at all any participant is not comfortable, please contact so that we could help you and in some fashion. And otherwise, Mr. Sarvesh is there at technical end, and I'm sure
If
please
anything is
feel
there,
free.
I will. Any comments are
Yeah.
there, I will inform.
Yes, yes. I'm telling to participants directly myself also. Please feel free to ask
Okay.
question, to add some viewpoint, to share your thoughts. These are very, very important, right? As important as, or perhaps more important than sharing good morning. So you can understand what I mean. Great. With this short break, we come back and we take it further in terms of the reality check. I mentioned just now on the decaying of the morality among individuals, and it is seeing in actions. I just mentioned some of the examples also. Taking a job without the merit, or cheating, or bribing, or being corrupt. And these things are so common now that we say that is what is that is what is a normal now. See, this way we have the downfall has come. That something when negative becomes normal, it is a big time we need to check. And thanks to pandemic, that it gave us enough time to check what is happening in our lives. So if we take youth, and our main job is of the students. If I take youth in the picture, I do see a lot of blue shades, melancholy, and still I've shown in the background of yellow to tell you that whatever things may be negative, we can always bounce back. The resilience in us can make us smile again. So, this youth, especially millennials or Gen Z, whom we teach, are very individualistic. We really need to appreciate. Now, there may be difference in among the colleges, but excuse me, but by and large, they are quite individualistic. maybe some of the students have suppressed themselves, or the ways they're schooled, the schooling has happened, they may be uh, dormant, but actually they are very individualistic. So they have to be given the right environment to shoot, to bloom, to grow. They are also very socially informed, more than us. What we had, more than us, they are socially informed. Means they're quite dependent on society, be it in digital platforms, what my friends are saying, how am I looking, or what am I doing. So social inputs, they take a lot. That is a huge in the mind. Ask me, I will say, no, I know what am I doing. My contemporaries have told me, hey, why did you leave professor and head job? You should not have left. So I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I always have told students while teaching, hey guys, be an entrepreneur. And I always felt that it's so easy to tell, but let's also do something, and then tell is better. So I wanted to be experimentative on me, that let me take up this assignment, which I will be reporting to myself for some time at least. So this I'm in that phase. So these children who are very individualistic and socially inferred, by default will be experimentative. They are the risk takers. Let's appreciate that. They are the risk takers. Give them the challenging projects, and these three things you can see in the project, or in the wonderful mini or even in for a first year or second year child in micro project, or third year in mini project, or major project in the final year. I have experienced myself that I'm saying. None of the statements I'll make is from the book or from the websites. So I am telling this after experimenting and finding it myself. And I'm sure, and this is an Indian context, I'm sure it is beyond that also. They Another thing, when when we are these threes, they automatically have more anxieties, and I put an asterisk. They get stressed, they are in tension, they get depression also. The premier institutes in India also have cases of depression and suicide. Imagine, I see utter failure in the system if this happens. If a child is depressed, if a teacher is depressed, the institution is failing, is in my eyes. The department is not doing enough, even if you get university ranks. So we need to take excellence and somewhere who need help together. Both hands, they cannot be like this. See, I'm sure you were able to see in the camera. There's nothing only goodness in talking or doing, but poor academics. That's also not fine. So we want both. Some little bit it's okay. 40 by 55, that's perfectly fine. But 20/80, sorry. So we have to address their anxieties. I'll come to this. And these children also need navigation. You know why? They are doing multiple things together. So they may be more confused than us. So they want navigation. Here is the role of mentorship. And I'm sure be it proctor, advisor, mentor, you name it, or a counselor today. Actually, counselor is more of psychological, but academic counseling, mentoring in for life, these all are very important jobs of a teacher. I really appreciate teachers because they do so many things beyond teaching. So every teacher should feel proud of him or herself. Even if your reporting officer cannot appreciate you for various reasons, he or she is busy, or there are many things for her or him to do. Always I say, pat your back. Why? As TLC head, I was always saying to my team of teachers, especially young, why young? Young teachers have 32 plus uh, 30 or 35 years of career remaining. So they're so important for the institution. So all the young teachers, please take care of very well. And the teachers who are senior, you're very important. You also please take care, because once you take care of yourself or lead by example, your younger colleagues also will too. So that's where you are double important in that aspect, double duty also. So these children need more navigation. Now, then these are the realities. Okay, I'm sure you will agree that the role of teachers becomes so important and pertinent, right? So the teachers who are um, parents for some time in school, sorry, in the institution, not only in school, the role becomes so important that sometimes the teacher is more believed than the parent, especially at that teenage. So these children are capable of generosity, solidarity, and loyalty. These are big, big words. I know, but this is the reality. We need to add meaning in their life and their activity. They have to be trained and addressed on their ethical behavior also. See, we cannot only train them in academics, in the various best ways of innovation or creativity in academics, but as and whenever is possible, as when we eat salads, what is salad without a little pepper and salt? So the pepper and salt work can be beautifully done through morality and ethics. They are wonderful ways. Try it. A salad is very boring after some time. without these two elements. And certainly the vitamin C with lemon does wonders. It becomes complete platter, right? So this code of ethics also are really important. They have to be done through how awareness in any function, in events, in a regular basis. And these children will gain confidence. That's, I'm sure, our children, if they cannot communicate well, our children, if they cannot face the camera or the classroom and they cannot stand and answer, this is all is reflecting some failures of the system. And we are a part of system, so we cannot, wash our hands and say, job done. So holistic education, what AICT wants us to understand and enjoy. Actually, it's not a burden. Actually, it's enjoyable. It is all about taking care of students, right? So as I say that, this is my view, and I'm sure you are able to understand. This is my view, and I'm trying to say that how a teacher could address that. The first and foremost is on the left hand side of your screens is a teacher needs to carry professionalism. I'm sure you have been addressed by various wonderful speakers till yesterday, and I'm sure today afternoon, you have many more coming. So the professionalism is important beyond syllabus. If I am a teacher who is punctual, who is good in behavior, who is not cheating my own department, who is doing my complete job, do you think I will not reflect in my face and personality? I will. I will disseminate the positive energy, even if there are people who are making fun of me. No problem. What is right is right. It may be old fashioned, still it is right. And once this is there, we can instill lifelong learning. Remember PO 12 of NBA? Please revisit. Lifelong learning is the complete way of educating. And the green, my favorite color in terms of sustainability, is here. You need to have a sustainable aspect. And that's, you need to get embedded in our teaching. Once we do this, and we are the torch bearers, still we are commanding. Teachers are irreplaceable. So once we are that, let's talk about what students will become more responsible. It will take time. That's one more thing I want to say. With these things, take some time. Unlike a technology when you can run the program and you can debug and get answers. No, it is not that easy in life. Nothing is so easy. It takes time. A child only takes, how many years to become, leave infancy to toddler, and then it becomes a young child to adolescent. It takes time. Let's understand. The brain develops. It takes time. So they become responsible. The very important what we see, they do give respect, and they become committed. But first is we have to lead, and they also develop tolerance, which is missing now because of this digitization, instantization. The tolerance is reduced. Let's bring it back in many 360-degree ways. And I think very important for the country is being good citizen. Actually, when I was going through some research papers and works, I saw a big list, and it is in front of you. That's not at all my perception to tell all this. I'm sure in this FDP you have heard or you'll be hearing again. So the beautiful word with all children can hold together is values. Now, I was mentioning in some time before also on NEP 2020, and I often visit this, and there's a very good downloadable, full, concise summary of NEP, hardly 36 pages, but they have done a great job. And please visit page 11 and 12, and you will see a lot of good things which talks about curricular integration of essential subject skills and capacities. So we cannot only teach, it has come from the government also, from the Ministry of Education, right? Our new name, this was, can you see, it was, the previous name was MHRD. Now it is MOE. So the policy had just come before its name. So that's why you see this older name. Nevertheless, the content is important to go through. It is all talking about ethical. It's also talking about ethical, moral reasoning. We need to add that knowledge and practice of human. See this word, human practice and constitutional values. Human values, constitutional values. Because what's we without being socially responsible? Gender sensitivity, fundamental duties, citizenship skills are nothing but how true we are to the surroundings, to the nature, to country, beyond self, and values. So this is all with curriculum. And it's not that we need to have syllabi for this. We need to just take some time and embed these things by our action, by our words, by we following. See, if I do take care of environment and I'm not making I open an envelope which comes to me and I put that tearing part down, where am I standing? How How do you think my students will not follow me? They will follow. They will say, she's saying, but she herself is doing. So can't I just put it in the waste paper bin so that it can be recycled rather than the IAMA will come and clean it up and all that, and may I make mine? Or spitting. Thanks to COVID, that spitting is stopped in India, particularly in this part of the country. So it was so difficult, and I used to feel, it's a pet peeve in me that what they are doing. And being a microbiologist in me, I used to see the germs spreading that time. Now we are using the word COVID, and coronavirus, SARS-2. So, but that's really important. If I cheat, do you think my students will not cheat? They will. If I have got the job with my source or recommendations, not by merit, do you think I can tell my children that, hey guys, make your job, by your own? So these all have to be exemplified, not by giving assignments. Best way, suppose in lab, can they be in a good team? And if a reading also goes wrong, and they report to the teacher the right reading, which was not desired reading, that's okay. Even getting not a right reading also is an outcome, because let's see what made it we not getting the right reading. So we go for backtracking. That's so good learning, right? That's such a good way of learning. So please see, there are ways and means. In fact, that's not the session today, but I am giving you a holistic picture today. But I have many ways to tell you which can go through, and I'll say. I often say that we often get, when we tell something to do, we frown and see. Right now, you can read on my face how to do this question, vulgar inside or outside also, how to do. So the answer is there are good ways, and sunshine smile is my term. It's beautiful. Let's have that. And smile is contagious. So smiling is also spreading goodness. Let's see that. And when I analyzed yesterday, when I was making these slides, I felt we and our students deserve the exposure. We should know what is good. Students should know what is good. More than that, adopt. Exposure to getting through this FDP, what to do. But if you do not adopt, if you just leave it for FDP and again go back to your workbench with the same thoughts, please tell me what is the use? You will get a certificate after taking some assignments or exams. Is that sufficient? No. No. If I'm still stressed, if I'm not happy at home, my family members are not very comfortable, but I'm getting some money, is it sufficient? So we need to ponder, we need to think. So adopting is very important. What I'm trying to say, adopting is very important. All aspects from childhood we have been taught. So family continues to play. Even at this age, my mother, father have an impact on me. I also adapt something from my husband, from my family, my brother, sister, my in-laws, something like that. So family continues always. My own perception, how am I grooming myself with so much of research or so much of inputs which I have given? Am I improving myself as a personality? And this all you understand. The culture which I belong. In my culture, it's good to be vegan. In my culture, it's not good to harm an animal and eat that as a food. This is the cultural thought comes there. And today the world is talking of being vegan. See, I feel so happy. Wow, nice, great. Okay, so this is for mindfulness, to understand the law of karma. Simple physics law. What you put in, you get back. It may take time. What you put in, you get back. See, this I can show you like that. What you put in, we will get. So get ready to receive also the same. If I am cunning, let me get cunningness. I will get cunningness in any form in the life. And some of the best people sometimes also have faced this, because when they backtrack, they see that yes, some mistakes. So, and nation also has a huge role. So national interest always key. Remember the NEP was we were mentioning. As a citizen, what is our role? So keep nation as one. In fact, I say very with pride. I had chances to settle, do something beyond country, but I always wanted to serve country, and I feel very happy. Some may laugh at me, but to my heart, I feel very happy that I'm serving my nation and my students, or people of India, and I'm making them better. If I can do that, wow, that exactly is as HOD I have attempted, or as vice principal and all that, or control of exam also I attempted that only, and the autonomy. So it's so important to do right way, RIGHT, right way. Okay, so this is very important. Everything can be only one big thing, which is salary or money. There are a lot of things which go; they have to be balanced. I'm sure you are able to see this. So this slide is all rightly telling you. Let's walk the talk. Let's take it much beyond the FDP. Let's adapt certain things in our life, maybe slowly, and let's today be better than yesterday and tomorrow be better than today. This much is sufficient. Again, I have taken a bulb to depict on to my perception to all of you. And bulb, although it has one filament, I have just broken that filament into multicolors. And I've tried to show you something in exemplifying. First and foremost is talking about how to bring the aspect of morality, ethics, character building, values, or taking as a holistic view for in higher education is bringing in curriculum. We just saw NEP. It has made compulsory few things. This is the first year that we are having universal human values, UHV, in the part of curriculum, right? So curriculum can be there at higher education, and FDPs like how SVC is doing right now. All of you are getting benefited through this institution for getting acquainted with these aspects. But 15 days is one life. But what about the bent of mind? If I tend to forget all what I'm learning, all what I'm listening, all what I'm hearing, if the bent of mind is not towards the right way, it will be difficult. Or slowly let me change that. Can I get more fulfillment by doing the right way? So, not only this, we need to bring innovative means to reach to our students these things. So, first is I need to adopt. Remember the previous slide also, I spoke on adopting here. In adopting, one is exposing, like this FTP is giving you wonderful exposure. And some of you are already adopting, some of you are already adopted, claps for you. And you need to adopt these values by and large. So when we adopt, our bent of mind is towards the right way. And we say that we bring in innovative means to reach to students. Bringing it in just without, see, you all are teachers. In fact, this morning I was talking to organizers and I wanted to bring in some live gaming tool also. But because of the platform issues and all, I am restricting today. Otherwise, my sessions, I do not bring, I mean, I always carry that tool so that what all we do, you also participate. Or I wish I attend such talks in which I also participate as an audience. I attend a lot. And it's wonderful to learn, I tell you. Learning, relearning, and unlearning. I'm sure you have heard these terms. They're so important. So bring in the innovative means to reach to students. Not only just telling, hey guys, you should not cheat, you should not do this. Should and should words may not work well. And I don't feel bad to tell you that I have also learned a little late in life, but finally I learned. And still, I'm learning. Through my daughter, I learn so many things when I do mistakes. It's okay to do mistake, but we can come up. And see, this organizing events like FDP is organized, but we also can organize certain things for students also to bring such values. You can do role play, just an example. And yes, emotional needs, I was mentioning that green flower through leaves, I had tried to show. It's important for the leader of the department, the head of the department, to also attend to emotional needs of students. Here, I will exemplify when I was working at New Horizon College of Engineering as professor and head of Department of Biotechnology, where I met Dr. Mamta, your colleague, who associated me for this FTP. She's at SVC, and I think heading Basic Science Department there. So here, I was not good in attaching the right mentor with the students, the mentee. One of my colleague, Mr. Alex Rajan, taught me. In fact, he didn't teach. I learned from him because I used to observe how good he was in mentoring. So as HOD, I learned from a senior assistant professor. Beautiful means of counseling. Till today, I give the credit to him. 9 years back, 10 years back, but it's amazing journey since then. So I have walked the talk, then I'm saying. As professor and head, I have learned from a senior assistant professor. And he knows that I always name him. He's now into Six Sigma training, but the vibes reach, the positivity reaches. So it's important to associate the right person for the right student. And in my term, which I have shared at IIT Madras also, it is customized mentoring, not 1 to 20 USN Neve Toverly, 21 to 40 Neve Toverly. It doesn't work like that because sometimes the teacher and the student are not matching with that, and counseling doesn't happen, mentoring doesn't happen, but we get records filled up. That's only on the paper. Where is an action? No changes happen, right? So please attend to this. This is, in my eyes, very important. And some of you can take as takeaways of this. Some of you are tomorrow's heads of the department. Please bring in that culture in you. So if it is there, again, third time I'm saying, pat your backs. You're doing great. Well, it's also important to have community-oriented activities at the department or institution level. I think many of us are already doing this. And discuss. The last is beautiful. Discuss. I was taught in 2013, again by a speaker who had come to the institution. I picked from him a wonderful speaker, Deepak Shinde, who mentioned on bringing life to classroom. Just 5 minutes. So 5 minutes out of 60, can we bring life? 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Not every session. We may have 5 hours per week, right, for a one course, or 4 hours. At least 2 days in a week as a person of the subject. Can I bring that component? It's great. Can I bring that life in the classroom? Wow. So it's not everything about subject, a syllabi. It's also about how to tackle adversities, how to tackle diversity, how to be more inclusive. All that thing we can just share. Just bring your childhood experience, bring your family experience, where you have failed and again come up. The children will understand much better than only telling you should do good, you should be coming, clearing subject, no backlog. These are all, they also understand. But how there are challenges, so we need to tell them how to come up the challenges. So I name it discuss holistic personality development, not just be good looking, wonderful dresses. Today parents are so much in pressure of buying, because all thanks to pandemic the pressure is reduced because they are not going out. And 10% attendance, I'm sure you may not also maybe face getting very high, because the newspapers are telling daily basis that attendance is not crossed overall 20%. So they are not now, you're masked. So they're so cautious now. So otherwise, personality is not only good dressing or costly accessories, or how good we look at, how we look good at internally is equally important. So we need to tell. And I'm sure by now you have got and caught my energies in telling that whatever we think comes on the face. And you have heard, like me, face is the index of mind, index of personality. So no much, masking is required. You cannot mask also; it'll melt away. The best makeup will melt away. So the beauty is in shining internally. Use anti-aging products if you think positively. That's another very good takeaway. Okay, as we have crossed the midway already much earlier. I have a request. I have already told you, I have collated, and just I was this morning I was enjoying Google.com, and I saw, some working from home is beautiful aspect, which I am enjoying right now in these few weeks. So I often tell, first imbibe, first you follow, and tell your students to do. They will accept it. Otherwise, at your back, they will talk something which you not be comfortable with. So please see, lead by example. And one of the image which I got is even higher, that lead by example, or better don't lead at all. Because a boss is not respected actually. You may be fearing your boss. If you do not get respect as a leader, actually you're not a leader, right? So behavior becomes very important. Please see. And this is beautiful. Let's not lead by force. I am saying adake madabeku. No, no. By force, things will not run long. It will run for some time, for sure. It will run for, in fact, it can run longer also, but at the back, we will crib, we will have negative feelings. We will not be happy, neither the person who is making us force. So you understand what I'm trying to say. So this is beautiful. Again in yellow, lead by example. Okay, now I'm sure you will understand this slide, and as a duty bound, I just take inch separation from so-called morality and ethics, and I just come to the mainstream of teaching and learning, which is that as we are teaching, we have been told, again NBA comes into my mind when I was making this slide, that there are important attributes which we have to do, we are duty bound to have in our students. So these are the required attributes. Who will be responsible to develop these attributes? The students themselves, as well as mainly the teachers. The process of making them assimilate the knowledge. So be it conceptual understanding, analyzing, Bloom's, I'm sure you also know Bloom's taxonomy, higher cognitive levels I'm mentioning now, creating, innovating, applying, understanding are in fact level 2. All this is there. And of late, the buzzwords are creative thinking, and I'm sure problem solving skills. All these are domain specific. The blue parenthesis, what you can see here. All these are possible through the wonderful teaching, wonderful way to assess assignments, give projects, make them independently learn. If this also we are not doing, is we are in real trouble, because if we are giving notes for them to study, we are not allowing them to develop understanding. We are making them rote learning. So NEP 2020 is just against that. And every year we will see there's some changes coming. And this country actually deserves the change. Enough of that. But also equally important, in the red font in front of you, you can see is how much they appreciate teamwork. I have, as HOD, I have faced, ma'am, I cannot work in this team because we are unable to work. Ma'am, can I work alone? These questions I have been thrown. And VTU, our university, has not kept a project. Many universities have not kept project at B level in group, simply like that, because this is the best way to develop teamwork in offices. A student who is not very comfortable in groups cannot be, and he or she comes in teaching. You think he'll be very comfortable in staff room or very comfortable in classroom also? No, no. They have to also be ethical in offices. Ask the best recruiters. They tell, I have been talking to many placement officers. They often are posed that don't worry for the technical skills, sir. Already the syllabus is not very updated. But can you give them good attributes and behavior and attitude? Can you teach attitude? That's what the recruiters are asking by the placement officers today from engineering colleges. So they need to, this is also another missing skill. If they're only just reading and writing or taking the notes in the PDF or YouTube and just writing, you think that they will be learning soft skills till until they come. Remember, I was telling active, I mean, how to involve students in learning. I do train many teachers on this, how to do. If a teacher is not confident to talk, to speak, to share with confidence and a good attitude, I'm sure his or her class cannot have students answering like this. Sir, I want to answer. Ma'am, nange chance kodi. This doesn't come like that. So again, remember, lead by example. Act, then expect. Don't expect, hey, you are not using good English. Sorry, sorry. So when our staff room is our local vernacular dominating, do you think our students will be talking in the language which we expect them to talk very comfortably and confidently? No, no. I speak 3 to 4 languages. Whenever I have been heading, I have never spoken to students in any other language than English, or followed by the language of the state, because I have been in 8 states in India. That also, when there is serious trouble, suppose mentoring is happening, we can talk in the mother tongue. Why? Because that's the purpose, is not developing English that time. That's very important. But in meetings or my staff room, we will discuss something more, which is again what we expect students to do. We speaking our mother tongue, and we expect students to use global language. And obviously they may laugh at us. We are not exemplifying, but we are expecting so much from them. Simple logic. So this is another very good tool, emotional intelligence, very important. In fact, the previous FDP on Atal, I was speaking on this only. And I mentioned about this UHV, universal human values. Some values, again, morality, ethics is embedded here. World is a global village now, so let's have practices which are universally attributed across the world, right? This, all the aspect, what we just told, a lot of changes are happening, we are working, but acceleration has come because of COVID. This education, what we are into is 4.0, all of us, you will agree, but it has also come from not only industry 4.0, which is resting on connectivity and cyber physical spaces. Education 4.0 is resting on innovation. So this segment of COVID has pushed the changes. Right now we are connected through the digital technology because of COVID, not because of industry 4.0. 2019 Atal's FDPs were all live, face to face. So all thanks to this, that the world has changed now, right? So these are some examples how you can bring in the classroom. This is also, I've carried some examples. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this slide and keep it for you so that you can use it in your classrooms. Let's bring more stories in teaching, which you can address a lot of good holistic way, a couple of things, and also teach. I know a mechanical engineer who teaches all the concepts of mechanical engineering through stories. See, and they say that it's so hardware kind of subject. No, it is the attitude to teach matters than the subject title. Bring in intermittent episodes of real life. That's really important. Integrate life in teaching. Don't keep like two separate things. what is life is different and what is subject is different. No. And you see the best of the teachers, Swami Vivekananda, or I just mentioned Dr. Abdul Kalam. They have wonderfully exemplified. There is no second to doubt or iota of doubt in that. The others are this my beautiful. You can see my pointers are in sunshine. They are that powerful. So I've just used this kind of uh, marks to show the importance and the way you can do. Others are also there. When you take a screenshot, you will understand what I mean. You can. This is another takeaway that how we can do more of goodness in the class, where we have challenges to connect with students. We cannot only teach. Right now, you ask me, my body language says, I want to hear from the audience what you are understanding. My psychology or my mind is thinking, am I able to reach participants? Am I making sense to all the teachers who are listening? Am I being enough clear? Are all questions which are hitting my mind. And you can just notices by my face gestures also. Because I cannot just go one way. Whatever is happening that side, I don't know. No, no, no. That's very important to me. If some of the teachers are on phone, that is one way my failure or technology's failure at this time, because I want you to come live on the discussion. So this is very, very important. We need to stimulate, we need to excite students. With these words, I was stimulating many of you. I just narrated some words. So I'm sure you understand after COVID also, vaccine, the good news have started coming. Maybe for us, in fact, for India, it may come in March, April, they are saying, but first will be, there's a priority in vaccine. So till that time, it is a hybrid learning will be after COVID also, it will be hybrid. We will never come back to 100% face to face. So we need to gear up. The sooner, the better. The more happiness in right now online way, the better. And if we are complaining, if we are only cribbing, if we are discussing the negatives only in among the staff room, there is a worry. There is a worry. So I always tell, even if 10 teachers are sitting together, 9 are complaining, one is not complaining. I always have told that one, do not go with majority. There are many things in life where majority also can be wrong, right? So please take care of that part, please, my request. So in this teaching time, I tell teachers to use a lot of this wonderful verbs: inspire, motivate, improve, be creative, have focus, be positive. Let's use these words more with our students. And the best way is to have limelight. So there are very many ways. This is not the platform, but while we are teaching about anything, we can just share the limelight. They come and speak. I have done a lot of assignments where students have done a lot. I have done a lot of ways, I should say, where students have done a lot of inputs online in a group way. They're bringing the flip method of teaching or learning, and they involved in the learning themselves. Coming back to NBO and coming back to the topic, NBA has always, we have 12 PUs. Now, I'm sure, I think most of the colleges today are NB accredited, and some of others who are not are into preparation. So I'm sure you agree that PO1 to PO5 are domain specific, and PO6 to PO12 are non-domain specific, or they are general, more of general. But the generalized also is related to they have to apply in their domain, right, in a broader perspective. Can you please see? I've put 4 blue stars. Out of those 7 POs, there are 4 which are talking about the topic of the day. Be it ethical, morality, values, you please see, societal context, and lifelong learning, or sustainability. Sustainability, I have not put arrow, it's more of environment friendliness, but societal context, professional ethics. If a civil engineer is not ethical, so you would have heard this particular flyover or this dam, this bridge falling, that roof, we know it, or the contractor cheating, and those, in Bangalore, it is so common to hear that building fell. I mean, like, see how we can play with the life of people, how, and this is missing. You can please see. So please see, these POs are very powerful. They are not only for accreditation, they are for applying. And this is the teachers who have to apply in the classroom and staff room and the laboratories and research. So if at all a project is a societal context, if we are telling them, guys, get ready for life, don't get depressed. Our children are not only to graduate happily, but they have to be happy as alumni, and they have to contribute back, and they have to be happy in their lives, not stressed or tensed for next promotion and all. Towards the end, I thought I'll just show some skills. I wish you all note it in if you have a paper and pen. I mean, in fact, I myself sit always with a paper and pencil. That this a World Economic Forum is a very good forum which gives the future of job reports. And 2019 end, I had got this, which spoke about the skills which were required. They always compare. And in 2020, the next slide is even more interesting. So if you see, the ranking of the skills are here. Can you please see creativity, which was 10th ranked in last 5 years, is number 3 now. I wish any of you ask the question or answer it as we end the session. Why creativity from 10th has become number 3 is the first question to all of you. Next is that number 6, which I put with a light arrow, which was not at all there. Emotional intelligence has come with 6th rank. It is not in the 10th rank, but it's 6th rank. Because the way we are dealing with people, that's so important for us to be understanding or being aware of self, being aware of our surrounding, social relationships, empathy, and being motivated. It's so, so important. So please see, these are the skills, and please show this slide. You can just note it right now, World Economic Forum. Please show to your students, and it will be of great use to yourself, because they will have more confidence in you. They respect you more. End of the day, whatever you say, with salary, we want one more thing: our value and our respect. Check yourselves. Few months we can run only with salary. We cannot run without having what respect or value for ourselves along with salary. And if salary is touched with some other aspects, you can imagine what we become so done. So it's very important to make ourselves liked and useful. So please, this is one tool. Please show to the students for that purpose. And thanks to COVID, that 5 years before the top skills of the next 5 years have come. I was talking to IIT Bhilai students, and I thought they are JEE students. Let me take up some more information. And to my surprise, I got this information again on World Economic Forum. 2020 is running, and 2025 skills are already out. Please see now, there's a lot of skills required, certainly for problem solving. Number one for engineering, also in self management. People are not being able to manage self now. Working with people is in the important skill. Can you see the green color? Technology use and development. So number one, number four are, I'm sure we are teaching. But number two, number three are also equally important. They are not only for MBA students in engineering college, they are equally important for engineering students. That exactly. So all the subjects, be it humanities, be it basic sciences, be it core engineering, be it applied engineering, be it management studies, all are important, along with application of AI, IoT, ML, and DS in these areas. They are omnipresent now. AI is no more only with computer science or information science. That's the beauty, right? So I was telling to you, is the learning outcome, goodness is unlimited. We need to have a positive attitude and think positively. And additionally, I have put the smiley with the beautiful orange because vitamin C is very important in COVID times. Whatever we show to others, lot is inside us. Yes, you are able to see only my this part, but lot has gone. I'm sure this slide, this particular image, many of the speakers would be using. It is very easily seen on in Google also. I thank the artist of this slide for the wonderful job. Whatever if I'm irritated, there's lot thing inside it. If I'm very depressed, there's lot thing inside it. If I'm happy, there is lot thing inside it. So we have effect and cause always there. So we need to be careful what we show. And more than that, we need to take care of ourselves inside it, our mind. This is inside the mind, this is outside on the face and overall gestures and posture. I thought towards the end, if I could show you some traps which our students often get into, or we also can get into. Let's avoid traps because traps create gaps and gaps must be gaps. Suddenly I become a poetic while writing this slide, while making this slide, and I was enjoying that part of humanities element in me. And that is, can you see, I have just spreaded the tiles, different size tiles with gaps. These are the gaps can be actually traps. We expect a lot of things in a straight line, but actually we see skewed lines, shorter lines, longer than expected. Problem is small to be looked, but actually it was much longer. So the reality is this, and the backing is because of incomplete information. We try to judge and we gossip, and we share on the WhatsApp and XYZ. we are egoistic, we lack communication skills or lack and trust also, or we are comfortable in spreading the fake or incomplete information, and we are not a positive critic. We are this is for all outside. Can you imagine if we are unable to excuse ourselves if we have done some mistakes? See, we are bound to do mistakes, but we should learn and come out. Even I was in this trap. It took time for me to come out. So we should be able to excuse ourselves. It's okay. Let's come out. So we normally in the language of psychology, it is known as baggage. So what is that? Don't carry the baggage. With bag we cannot walk very comfortably and smartly. So, and whenever we say sorry, in fact, as HOD, I have told the most misused word is 5-letter word sorry. Anything wrong, they will say sorry. But we need to feel sorry rather than saying sorry. A small child also says sorry. A very young, aged adult also says sorry. Sorry saying is different than feeling. It takes time to feel. So let's do that. And some of the very good people who cannot say no are always in trouble. So ability to say no is also an important ability. And let me please add, we spoke about all positive things. So avoid with energy drainers. Avoid with people who speak negatively. Negativity spreaders. Physics law say physics works everywhere in the life also, like chemistry and biology and mathematics. So that what you're spreading, it will reach. So if I'm spreading positivity, it will reach positivity. And so is with negativity. In fact, negativity sometimes transmits faster. A good news takes longer to travel, I'm sure, be it social media or otherwise, than a bad news. So please be careful. As teacher, we need to not in this any of the trap. If we are not, we will easily be able to bring our students' community also outside the trap. If not lifting our children or our students, but at least making them to aware that don't be in these traps. The fake news will go down. We are paying the price of fake news in the country now. The technology is developing now for arresting fake news. See the beautiful aspect of technology which is trying to help. So towards conclusion, we can say that you can see the three colors. They all are primary colors. You cannot make these colors. All the other colors are made through these colors. Okay. So, red and yellow will make orange. Red and blue will make what? Purple. And what is this? Yellow and blue will make green. And then, secondary and then tertiary and all will come. Taking our intellectual abilities, our intellect, our subject as a cognitive constant, what is important is the right thoughts, the right feelings, and the actions with value-based character shaping. Not only getting research papers or patents and publications and high pass percentage, also on the right thoughts. In fact, those things also will automatically happen. It will easily happen when we are in the right thoughts and feelings with action. Action is very important. So if at all we have into this, what will happen is we will have a right path of evolving our personalities in the challenging times also. Most of us have felt challenges in this pandemic time. It will take us not only now, little later also. I'm sure you will understand. I'm sure you are able to connect. Let's have your questions on this because upskilling in core domain is most important. We are in profession. We are in teaching and learning profession. We are researchers. We are teachers. So core domain is very important. Upskilling, please note, not only revising the old what you're teaching, what is required by industry, not only by syllabus. Developing allied skills, especially soft skills, especially skills related with your subject, not only core, with some more subjects, soft skills. Building, very important, again, it has this mark that building the universal human values with ethics, morality are the key changes to have the sustainability with green, for having the complete holistic view with happiness, which will be unlimited and guaranteed. With these words, I thank you, and I have written my email. I wish not only now, but also please come back to me right away after the session, or otherwise on your thoughts or over this Gmail ID, which is on your screens. Also, I've written is the LinkedIn ID. If at all we are in the sync of the same mental thoughts, let's connect also on the LinkedIn. It's a beautiful platform for that purpose. So do please write back. You be a positive critic, and let me see. Please help me to improve as I attempted to take you also uplift in the personalities, in your thought processes, in your job of teaching and learning. So this is really important to be happy, to be happy. And once we are happy, the job is done. Now the session, as I thank not only all the participants who are listening or who will listen on the YouTube, but I also particularly thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. In particular, thanks to Dr. Vijayashree and Dr. Mamta for me being here, and wonderful coordination by these young faculty members who are coordinating so well. All great job by all of you. Thank you all participants for your patient listening. Let's have this Q&A, please. And as you see, this Q&A is there. So you can also share your concerns, your suggestions, and your viewpoints, not only questions. Let's do that. Yeah, please. Can we hear something? Yeah, I'll stop sharing the screen. Yeah. Any comments?
Madam, so one comment is like interdisciplinary is one thing which we have to think like that. Dr. Komala M has messaged.
Yes, I can read it right, Sarvesh.
Yes, yes. No questions, madam, but they have to.
Interdisciplinary. Yes, actually, the topic was more of holistic. So today, when I was talking about the cognitive role, one is our own domain, but today I'm sure you understand only working on our core domain doesn't work. So it is multidisciplinary. And actually, we have gone beyond multi. It is transdisciplinary, which is taking shape now in the coming days for engineering. Transdisciplinary. You could Google this term, and I'm sure you will also enjoy the meaning of multi or inter, and the new stage is transdisciplinary. Yeah, any question, any thoughts also, please. I wish participants could text and share. Thanks for
Yeah,
your compliments, which
yes,
I'm
madam.
seeing. Be nice.
All are appreciating your talk, madam.
Everyone.
Yes, please.
So
Anybody would
question,
like to
madam.
ask or share?
Any more questions from the audience?
No, madam, no questions are there.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall I venture? Shall I venture?
Yes, madam.
And on behalf of management, organizing committee, on behalf, I really thank you for accepting our invitation and delivering us your enriched words. And your PPTs were really good, colorful, and interesting. By hearing you, I can tell with confidence, madam, that in all the classroom you bring life,
Thank
and
you.
we will try to make our students to see in a good position and fly high, because we completely enjoyed your session. Really, it was interesting, good, impressive. It's really an honor to have you, ma'am. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Wonderful. Nice to hear your remarks. I wish the participants did draw from goodness. That's my hidden agenda. That some positivity, some good changes in action. That's my request. As a small return, I wish I get that from the teacher community, particularly young teachers in you, Sarvesh, in you, Khurshid. I feel myself energetic when I meet young teachers. The first thing which comes in my mind is, wow, number of years you have in your career. So take it in your stride to make goodness for yourself, certainly your family, and equally important, your students community.
Thank you, ma'am.
Pleasure. Thank you, Vijayashree ma'am. So nice of you. Wonderful to be
Yeah,
at
thank you
your
so much.
platform. Thank you so much.
It was a wonderful talk, madam.
Thank you. See you all. Bye-bye. And
Bye.
participants, if you have no question now, you could always mail also and share something. Sometimes it takes time to develop question. So no problem. Bring your thoughts, bring your concern. If I could address or if I could learn from you, why not? Please do that. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.